ask yourself how you want to feel by the end of the day, and then work towards it. I'm making this video the second time because um, the last recording was out of focus. But anyway, I don't recommend being a morning person or a night owl. Each has its own benefits. Now, some people get done most of the work in the early hours, and some people do that in late hours. The main thing here is to realize that there are time slots where you have minimum distractions, and the aim is to maximize that. I am currently at somewhere in between, although I'm still juggling my schedule, because if there's like a football match in the night, I'm just getting snacks and watching the fuck out of that match. That's just how it goes. The aim here is to have a schedule, and speaking from experience, I have seen my lazy version and I have seen my disciplined version, and I prefer the second one every single day of the year. And due to another reason, now तुम लोग बोलोगे कि bro मज़े भी तो करने चाहिए, and करने होते हैं मज़े करने होते हैं. I see that as something which I have to earn. I need to be able to afford being lazy, afford having fun, and the aim is to earn the dopamine. So if any of you guys have seen my stories or watched the creator setup video, you see that I have earned the dopamine written in a big font on my whiteboard, and that is something that has helped me kind of become more purposeful towards whatever I'm doing, and it also helps me enjoy the lazy time that I have, because I know that I did something which is worth of me having that much fun. So the one thing that I would say, अपना बढ़िया cash flow बनाओ in whichever way you can. Don't do anything illegal. And the aim is to have a life where you don't have to worry about having to take a week off or take a couple weeks off every other month, because there's nothing wrong in it. But to do that without having any backbone in it, that's where I just feel like I know that you're running away from it. Because if you have a life which you hate, and you know that you'll be returning to that life after you've had all your fun while you're traveling, that's something which you should not really be proud of. Even if it's an escape, maybe it's good for in the beginning, but in the end you're just escaping it. That's the reality. So here's how I separate my day. I've been doing this for over 5 months now, and I recently saw Dan Ko talk about this in a video, so that's a very big coincidence. Now the aim is to structure your day into 3 parts. Execute high leverage activities, which is flexing your mind. Second, which is learning, it's feeding your mind. And thirdly, it's thinking/reflecting, which is emptying your mind. So let's move on to phase 1. So this phase takes about 70% of my day. Earlier it did not used to, but now it does. These are just tasks that I just have to get done. I don't know how much you guys can see from here. These are tasks that I need to get done. So 1 and 2. I usually have 2 deep work sessions to get it all done. And the priority here is high leverage. So I am either generating income directly or doing activities that are getting me in a position to generate income. So first one, let's talk about the first one, generating income. It's prospecting, building an email list for my outreach campaigns. As you guys know, I run Metro Media House. We work with online business owners, helping them get inbound warm organic leads by building a consistent content schedule, as well as placing DM closers and appointment setters. Thirdly, it's actually doing the outreach. So sending emails, sending DMs on Instagram and Facebook to the prospects. And next one is business building activities. So these are like either hiring, creating lead magnets, working on my websites, and just things that are putting me in a better position and at a position where I have to spend less amount of time in my business, because that's the eventual aim. And building my website, so I don't know if by the time this video goes out, the website is up or not, because if it is, then I'll just have a video rolling in about the website. Next one is taking on discovery and sales calls. Now these are like throughout the day. I do not keep these within the execution part of my day, because these generate me income directly. So I do not want to limit my income generating activities because of just some structure that I've made for myself. I accept everything, not everything, the things that align with me. So if I'm able to close a deal, then it's a dub, and after a few minutes, back in the game. The second deep work is usually putting me in a position to generate income. So first one is making videos like these, so I can reach you guys, help you guys, and reach to the people who I eventually want to work with. Secondly, it's like studying creators, studying people, putting their work out and finding new inspirations, new connections for work. Basically everything that's content related. And then at the end, it's auditing my content. So I just review the content that I've put out, see where I've made mistakes, see the room for improvement. And recently this is the part which actually got into my head quite a lot, and that's why if you guys saw my week 11, 12 and 13 recap, I talked about self-doubt. So this is the part where I had a lot of self-doubt. The thing is, recently over the last week, my growth on Instagram has been completely stagnant, and it really got into my head, because what happened until now is whatever I studied and whatever I produced, it had a predictable result in terms of content. I know which format of content will do better than the other ones. So I was able to predict my growth, and suddenly I hit a point where no matter what kind of video I'm putting out, the growth just went down completely. I don't know if it's just me. I did talk to a few other creators, and shout out Akshat bro. Guy helped me out a lot in terms of getting my head right, because I think a similar thing happened with him, and he helped me get my head back into the game in terms of generating income, and just basically emphasizing that is a higher priority for us as agency owners, since we are at a position, we are at a beginner position in the space at the moment. So yep. So that's the 2 deep work sessions, and the last one is just working out, going to the gym, beating people up, getting beaten up. Alright, phase 2, which is learning. So giving my mind good nutrition. Now when you flex your mind, it's just like your body. You work out, your body will get tired. So that's how you flex your mind will get tired. So now we need to get easier on the mind, and since a lot of you guys are beginners just like me, we have a lot of things to do. We have to learn, we have to figure out next steps, we have to figure out the proper steps, fail, trial and error, and somehow in the end find out ways to put ourselves in a better position or generate income, anything which basically you are pursuing, right? So this is where we need to feed our mind good ideas, so new connections come into our head and we have better perspectives moving forward. So at this moment, what I am doing personally is I'm reading Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson, and since I have a very big audience, I need to learn how to become a better leader and how to just give you guys the best stuff that you guys deserve and the qualities that are needed to become a better leader. On the different aspects, every other day I watch a Dan Co video, and bro, I take notes from a Dan Co video just like I've paid for it. Or I just pick up something from Agency Navigator from Iman Ghazi and revise something, because I am running an agency, so I need to be on top of the game. Now, nothing is permanent here. If I get too involved in any of these, I'll just spend my entire time learning from just one source only. And also on days where there's not a lot to execute, or I have hit a wall in terms of creativity, or what we call creative block, that's where I know that I need to feed my mind with more perspectives, more information, more inspiration, so my mind generates those web of interests and web of ideas that I need to take that next step. And doing this for months now, it's become like a recurring process. And not just for me, one thing that I've seen amongst people who are doing way better than me in their career is they are very structured and they are disciplined throughout their day. And they also know about the times when they need to be flexible and prioritize according to the self-reflection they have done. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the last video. So from here they know where they have to actually focus more of their energy on. And at the end of this part, I just want to say one thing: don't let even one day go by without learning anything. Alright, the last phase is thinking/reflecting. This is about 10% of my day. So going to bed with minimum thoughts is my aim at the end of each day. And I write down, I either journal or I just meditate. And you also have to empty your mind as much as you can. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I go to bed with too many thoughts, or it is like a byproduct of me doing very intense activities before bed. So scripting videos or doing outreach or taking sales calls, it just gets me very distracted before I head off to sleep, and I don't have a good sleep in that night. So what I do is I just reflect on my day, reflect the work I have, my relationships, and how it's all molding me. And that's how I'm able to become a better judge of my career. And I also know what I have to do next, and that gives me like a third person point of view, eagle eye point of view, and helps me understand the holistic picture more. And that's how you ask yourself more questions, find answers within your thought, and try to get as much as you can out of your mind. You can also do the Wim Hof breathing routine. That's a brilliant way as well. So at this moment, it's very late. It's about 1 a.m. right now. And the last thing that I'll do right now, it's journal in my newsletter, Baka Breakthroughs. And I've created this as a way, since I've been very inconsistent with journaling, I have created this as a way to keep me accountable, but that also helps me empty my mind at the end of each day, because I know that I have more than 1,000 people waiting to receive that newsletter at the end of the week. So yeah, shout out to everyone who subscribed to Baka Breakthroughs. And the thing is, everyone is different, so try and figure out your best way of getting things out of your head. So in a nutshell, divide your day into 3 segments and follow it for at least 3 weeks, and I guarantee you will see a major difference in how disciplined you become. Now, this is where I guess I'll address a lot of people's questions. Because I'm at a very different position, I do not have a traditional job. What to do if you have a traditional job, or if you're a student? You just have to decrease the time that you put in sections 1 and 2, because you spend most of your day doing your work, or you spend most of your day in classes. So you just have to adjust accordingly. You have to do this in the time that you have available, and maybe you learn the things that you want to learn, like sales, marketing, or writing during your classes or in between, whatever fits your schedule at the end of the day. But the aim is to have all of these 3 schedules every day. So you flex your mind, you feed your mind, and you relax your mind on a regular basis. And that's basically how my days are scheduled, and I try to follow them through and through. I still consider it as a win if I get like 80% of the things done, and I know that I gave my best. So yeah, the video is done, but if you are still watching, I just want to hit a subtle flex for people who got until here. It's all because of you guys. I see a lot of you people creating content and documenting your journey in a way which is natural, not based off of any trend. And even if you pick up exactly what I did and share your story, remember, it's your story, it's genuine. So the thing that I'm trying to flex here is just remember that I will be the one, and I am the one who started this trend, and got, it's not a trend. I started this wave and got people to be authentic and share the stories that actually need to be out there and create a better impact. So just remember, I am the one. Yeah, fuck normality, bro, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.